Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. If you're new to the channel, I'm Rebecca. Today you're going to be joining me in the kitchen while I put together a meal using my crock pot or slow cooker. I'll be making crock pot Mediterranean Chicken Orzo. This is a really delicious and flavorful meal. It's a little more of an elevated entree option using your crock pot or slow cooker, but it is so simple to put together. So let's head to the kitchen and just add a few ingredients to our slow cooker so we can allow it to do its thing while we make our crock pot Mediterranean Chicken Orzo. So here I have my slow cooker, and let's add our ingredients to it so we can begin cooking our meal for us. So first what you want to do is take 2 to 3 boneless, skinless chicken breasts and cut them into the desired bite-sized pieces that you'd like for your meal. We'll just put them into the bottom of our liner pan. If you prefer to cook chicken thighs, you can use that as well. I would say use 3 to 4 chicken thighs for this recipe. Next, I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of a garlic pepper that has salt with it. You could also use salt, pepper, and garlic powder, or perhaps your favorite seasoning salt. I like to use Kinder's The Blend for this. It has just the right amount of salt and garlic and pepper, and it works nicely. Next, we'll add a 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes that are coarsely chopped. And if you're using a canned sun-dried tomato, just drain them prior to chopping them. We'll add that to our crock pot. And then we'll pour 1 cup of a chicken stock over everything. Now we'll put the lid on. And we'll turn on our slow cooker to low temperature. Usually takes 2 to 3 hours. My slow cooker does this very nicely in 2 hours. So I'm going to set it for 2. Then once it's completed, it'll go to a keep warm setting. Now we'll let the slow cooker do its thing for a couple hours, and then we'll come back for the next step of this recipe. All right, so our 2-hour cook time has finished. So now what I'm going to do is remove the lid. I'm just going to give everything a nice stir. As you can see, the chicken is cooked through. We have some nice juices. That chicken broth and the sun-dried tomatoes have rehydrated a bit. Now let's add 2 more ingredients. We'll add 1 cup of orzo pasta and 1 cup of heavy cream. And I'll stir that together here. Put the cover back on. We'll turn it back to low temperature and we'll cook it for 30 to 45 minutes. Again, my slow cooker takes about 30 minutes for this process, but you can do 45 minutes or do 30 minutes, allow it to do to keep warm, whatever works for you. And then we'll come back for the final step, which is adding just a couple more ingredients right before we serve our delicious Mediterranean Chicken Orzo. All right, so now for the last few things we need to add, I'll remove that lid. And just before serving, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. And just optionally, you can put 2 cups of spinach or mixed greens, so a nice fresh green, or maybe a handful of fresh parsley, or even just a teaspoon of dried parsley. I like to add something with a little freshness and green at the end here. We'll stir that through, and we'll keep the crock pot on keep warm. If you want to eat immediately, you can turn it up to a low setting. That'll just be a little bit warmer, and that'll help you melt that cheese. So let this sit for a bit, and then I'll plate some up and we can have a closer look and a taste. All right, here we have our crock pot Mediterranean Chicken Orzo. This was really easy to put together, and I was able to do other things while the crock pot or slow cooker did its thing. I find this to be a little more of an elevated type of entree that you can make in your slow cooker. And typically I like to add fresh spinach or maybe some mixed greens, but today I did some fresh parsley from the herb garden. Either way, if you add some green at the end, it adds some freshness and color to your dish, as well as some nutrition. So here's a closer look at the Mediterranean Chicken Orzo. It has a nice creamy sauce to it with that heavy cream and that chicken broth, and the chicken is nicely cooked through with some sun-dried tomatoes. It's quite delicious. This dish is served nicely with naan or flatbread. You can just tear off a piece of the flatbread and scoop up some of that creamy sauce and the orzo pasta in there. It's quite delicious. So if you'd like to try a new recipe, maybe a little more of an elevated entree that you can prepare in your crock pot or slow cooker, I hope you give this recipe a try. If you like other ideas or inspiration on meals you can prepare in your slow cooker, crock pot, instant pot, or air fryer, I have a playlist on the topic, as well as a number of recipes in my Recipes and in the Kitchen playlist. If you're new to the channel or haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button below, and if you enjoy this or any other video that you watch, hit that thumbs up button as well. I hope that you continue to watch my channel, The Home and Homestead, for some more homemade, homegrown, and home style inspiration. And I surely hope you're having a great day. See you next time. Take care.